Welcome to another Live at Lunch on KRFC's RadioVision. I'm your host, Shawhan, and we're coming at you from the Ginger and Baker studio in the beautiful music district in lovely Fort Collins, Colorado. Today we're super excited to announce we have with us Jenny Shawhan. Why don't you kick it into a couple songs for us?
Okay. Work of art like the Sistine Chapel, a lot of nerve like Peter Pan. You come around, oh, I want that apple, full-body chips when you hold my hand. You see, I got this kind. It's sweet like strawberry ice cream on a hot summer afternoon, handsome like Marlon Brando, those eyes deep sapphire blue, rock and roll in my soul, let it go like Jack and Diane. I'm so ready for you, yes I am. James and his hidden treasure. Keanu Reeves when he sees that spoon. I'll drink your potion, baby, make me a believer. Magic carpet straight to the moon. See, I got this kind of love. I've been dreaming of, and it's sweet like strawberry ice cream on a hot summer afternoon, handsome like Marlon Brando, those eyes deep sapphire blue, rock and roll in my soul, let it flow like Jack and Diane. I'm so ready for you, yes I am. Come and lay it on me. I'm so ready for you, yes I am. And all the other guys, they help me see the light. Now we're walking on sunshine, and it's sweet like strawberry ice cream on a hot summer afternoon, handsome like Marlon Brando, those eyes deep sapphire blue, rock and roll in my soul, let it flow like Jack and Diane. I'm so ready for you, yes I am. Come and lay it on me. I'm so ready for you, yes I am. I'm so ready for you, yes I am. Since the dawn of time, like a kiss on your cheek, the sun shines for you, find you through the trees. You're here to be loved, you're here to be loved, and I'm here to remind you, in case you forget, the planets adore you, the stars are alive. just what you see. Hold my hand through the fire and the pouring rain. I got you back every single day. Tell me what you want and don't be afraid. When you wanna run, freeze, question and hide, break away from the madness of society's line. You don't need to suffer, do this alone. It's okay if you're lost, we'll find a way home. Cause you're one for the ages, so deep and so wide. And all you have to do is shine. So tell me what you want, tell me what you need. I'll show you more, just what you see. Hold my hand through the fire and the pouring rain. I got you back every single day. Tell me what you want and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. In a real perfect glory, a chance to create a new story. Hurl every darkness into the light. Dance with me, breathe, it's gonna be alright. Hold my hand through the fire and the pouring rain. I got you back every single day. So tell me what you want, tell me what you need. I'll show you more than just what you see. Hold my hand through the fire and the pouring rain. I got you back every single day. Tell me what you want and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
All right, that's Jenny Shawhan here on KRFC's Live at Lunch. Welcome to the program, everybody.
Thank you
Doing all right? Feeling
Yeah.
good? Awesome.
for having us.
We're excited to have you today. Jenny, you just came out with a new album, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. First, I wanted to just talk about all the amazing humans we have in the room with us today.
Yeah.
I thought that I'd start with the purple team, if that's okay. We've got the purple team and the blue team today. Let's start with you, Jenny.
Okay.
How about, let's go with just learn a little bit about everybody. What was your first tape or record or CD that you bought that really put you into the pathway of being a musician?
I want to say I know my first C was like Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, nice. You're following that vibe all the way.
Totally.
Awesome. And did you have any other early inspirations to your to music that you just fell in love with music? Was there?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up, my dad always had country music playing in the truck, and my mom always had gospel records playing, and just a lot of, grew up in Indiana with corn and cows and country music.
There you go.
So that was my first little bit of, growing up in church. And then I got into, like, in college, I got into, like, Melissa Etheridge and kind of, like, soul stuff, Motown stuff, and
Yeah.
kind of all over the place. But grew up with, like, Faith and Martina and Shania and
Nice.
all those
You sang in a
big voices.
school choir, was it?
I did.
Nice.
Yeah, we had a show choir was real big where
Okay.
I was from.
What kind of tunes were you singing?
Oh my gosh. Well, the Barbie song.
The Barbie girl one?
Yeah, the Barbie girl song.
That was a big hit.
Or like Witten, like I Want to Dance with Somebody. I remember
Okay.
I had the solo in that.
Oh, that's cool. Was that like,
like
all
show
like grade
tunes.
school and high school, or?
Grade school, I had a really cool music teacher, and I did like a play. I remember being cast in a play that. So I really liked the music from the start, and then kind of just kept with it, you know.
Just kept rocking it.
Yeah.
And did I read that you went to college for music?
I did. I went to Belmont in Nashville.
And what were you studying there? Was it songwriting or jazz?
They started a songwriting major after I left. They had a commercial music program when I was there. I did voice, and you could choose an emphasis. I did a music business emphasis, which is sort of like having some business classes as almost like a minor, you know. So
Okay.
yeah.
So they merged those programs a little bit for you.
Yeah,
That's
it was
really cool. And are you utilizing that degree now?
I would say every experience I've ever had, I am utilizing.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good way to think
Whether
about
you're
it.
in school or not, you're in school
Yeah.
because every day you get up and do something, you're learning.
Yeah.
So
And I was reading you. So you went to school to college for music, but you didn't really go into music straight out of college. You waited a little while.
yeah. It took me a minute to kind of figure it out, you know.
Okay. Did you do anything exciting before you started rocking everybody's faces?
I worked at a music publishing company for a little while.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Was that fun?
It was cool. You know, it was a lot of people like me, people who went to school for something and needed a job when they got out,
Yeah.
you know.
Was that in Nashville?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were in the right place.
Yeah.
For that,
So
then.
the people, it was good. It was fun because of the people.
Yeah. Did you meet some big names while you were doing that? Some awesome people in Nashville?
I met Brian White. There's a couple Brian Whites. I met the songwriter Brian White.
Cool.
But yeah, I met like Alison Krauss was at the Anthropology one day when I was shopping.
That's cool.
And I also got
That was
to host
before selfies were available.
Yeah. I probably still had a flip phone.
Yeah. That's cool.
Taylor Swift and
Nice.
when she was first starting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got some hobnobbing in.
Yeah. No, everybody was super nice.
That's cool.
You know.
It's a fun experience, it sounds
Kind
like.
of see people walking around.
Yeah.
Kathy Mattea and I shared the same ear, nose, and throat doctor.
Oh,
I
nice.
saw her walking down the hall one day.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, thanks for being here and bringing this awesome band. We'll go with the other half of the Purple team. Jeff Fournier on the bass, the giant bass. I saw it from behind when I walked in, and I was like, dang, 6-string bass.
Your mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, local bass. A friend of mine here in town, Scott Serene. Actually, he moved to Longmont recently, but
cool.
he built this for me.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Yeah, he builds
Just
beautiful
all
basses.
around. It's gymongous, though.
It
I don't
is
know
indeed,
if I could
as you
reach.
say, gymongous.
That's awesome. And Jeff, what about you? Do you remember what your first, like, maybe music that you purchased that was your choice? Do you remember that?
I know that you say, do you remember? Because I'm like, so many years since I saw my first piece of music compared to Jenny. I do remember buying The Dark Side of the Moon.
Ooh, nice.
At a garage sale for $1. The
Ooh.
album. And I prior to that,
On vinyl?
On vinyl.
Nice.
Prior to that, I'd only played bluegrass, and not only but my parents, big bluegrass musicians.
Okay.
And that changed everything for me. That was a great summer. I was like, what is this?
That's awesome. That's a good first.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so you were steeped in bluegrass kind of from birth and just playing banjo at 2, that kind of thing?
No, my main instrument was mandolin.
Mandolin.
And then I switched to guitar and then bass. But,
Okay.
we were at bluegrass festivals every weekend.
Nice. And where did you grow up?
Suburb of Toronto in Canada.
Okay.
A town called Burlington.
Cool. I'll have to check
We
that out.
would
My
go-
sister lives there now. So
Oh, nice.
have to
Well,
check it out.
we would go to America for the bigger festivals.
Yeah.
So
That's fun. What are some of the highlight festivals from when you were a teeny,
I don't know.
teeny tiny one?
I've seen them all, like Tony Rice and
Yeah.
and Bill Monroe, Country Gentleman, everyone.
Everybody.
You know, yeah.
Awesome. And so Pink Floyd was kind of your pathway
Yeah, Pink
into
Floyd was like
subversive. I guess
Yeah.
now bluegrass is sort of subversive,
Yeah,
right? But
bluegrass is, yeah, I suppose, yeah. Well, talk about subversive. I do remember when Bella Fleck started crossing over with Victor Wooten.
Yeah.
And the guys in the Flecktones. Holy cow, man.
that was a whole new world right there.
Indeed, yeah.
That's awesome. And did you study music besides just lessons or anything?
I
you go to
did,
school
yeah.
for
I
it?
did a 4-year performance class, course up in Canada.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
A degree in music performance.
And are you playing with any other bands or anything right now? Or
Oh, yeah. I play quite a bit. So.
What are some of the other projects people can check out?
Well, Colorado Jazz Workshop. It's a big band and a small combo thing that I play with. I play with a few orchestras in town, like Denver Pops Orchestra sometimes, Jefferson Symphony. Let's see, I have a pop band called Thumpin'.
Nice.
And we play all over the Front Range and outside of Colorado. And
That's cool.
everyone else will call me people like Jenny.
Yeah, nice. Do some session work and stuff like that. Do you do the upright bass too?
I do. When I play with the symphonies, I play with the bow.
The bow and everything.
Yeah.
The whole shebang.
See?
Awesome.
French.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeff. And so let's move on to the blue team. We'll go with Brian McKay on the drums back there.
McCrae, yeah.
McCrae, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I said,
that's all right.
What did I say?
I said McKay, but that's pretty close.
Okay, I thought I
We're
said
both
McCrae.
Scottish.
We'll go with
so.
Brian and McCrae. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Okay. You are drums. Do you remember your first record,
Oh God,
tape?
I'd be dating myself if I told
It's
you.
all right.
But,
You don't- We're all friends
I was,
here.
I was a rock and roll kid.
Okay.
Foreigner and
Nice.
that kind of stuff. REO Speedwagon,
Yeah.
those kind of things. Def Leppard. You know.
Man, that was one of my first records.
I was into that stuff.
Pyromania.
Yeah, it was great.
I
It
had
was
that.
great stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. And did you start playing an instrument when you were young? Or
I started playing drums in my bedroom and, took lessons and stuff. And I would play along to those tapes. And, and then I ended up going to music school and stuff like that later on. And
Where'd you go? What was
went to
your
North
degree?
Texas State, or it's called the University of North Texas.
Okay.
It's down in Denton. And, and I met a kid who kind of changed my life, a guy named Gary Novak, who's an incredible drummer. And he kind of
Kicked it up a notch.
pointed me to Chick Corea and
Nice.
Al Jarreau and stuff instead of like straight Ozzy Osbourne and Def Leppard, so it was a real eye opener for me.
Yeah, it's good to have it all though.
Yeah.
And bring it over into that. into that. And so was it a performance degree then you did?
Actually, I got a business degree as well.
Okay, cool.
I got a accounting, or not accounting, but just a general. Yeah, it was an accounting degree, I think. But they were really cool. They let me into the program. They let me do juries and private practice room and all this kind of stuff. So I got to thank Doc Shatroma when he was down there. He was a really and I was around all these great drummers from the whole. It's a kind of a big drum school, and so it made a lot of friends and so forth.
Were you playing in any bands when you were in high school or anything, or was it?
Yeah, I played in like a high school rock band.
Write your own songs, or was it?
Yeah.
Nice.
We actually did a reunion 2 years ago.
What's the name of that
in
band?
Chicago. Oh God, it was terrible. It's called Headliner or something
There you go.
like that.
I always wanted to name a band TBA because it always says it. I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, we're playing with that band. We're TBA, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And what other projects are you playing with around here?
I play with a guy from String Cheese, Kyle Hollingsworth,
yeah.
a keyboard player.
Cool. Yeah, I talked to him a couple of weeks ago on air. Yeah.
Play with him, and I've been doing that for quite a long time. And I do a lot of session work. I've got a thing online called drumoverdubs.com.
Okay.
And
Cool.
I own a studio in Lyons called Wrecking Room, and I do a lot of live streams like this too. So
Nice.
it keeps me busy with a bunch of different people. So.
Awesome. Are you living in Lyons then?
Yes, living in
Awesome.
Lyons.
That's a nice little music community over
Yeah,
there.
it's really great.
Some stuff going on there sometimes.
Yeah, it's
So.
a great little spot.
Yeah,
So.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And last, but certainly not least, on the blue team, we have Jonah Wisniewski on guitar. I'm saying it all wrong. Wisniewski.
Yeah,
Bam.
got it.
Wisniewski.
You got it.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
And what about you? Do you remember your first?
Yeah. I don't think I
album?
purchased it, but I think my earliest memory of like, it was like my album was Thriller.
Nice.
That was the first thing I remember I think, if I really think back. It was a tape. I'm sure I didn't purchase it. I was probably 6 or something like that.
That's cool.
But yeah, that's my earliest one.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And did that lead you to wanting to play guitar? Did you?
Yeah, honestly, I kind of got into the guitar thing a little later. I tried kind of taking lessons, I think, when I was in like 7th grade, and it didn't stick with me, and I kind of stopped shortly after trying it. And then I was seeing a lot of live music in high school. Mm-hmm. And
what kind of music were you
I was
going to see?
I grew up in Maine in the Northeast in the 90s, and it was like I was just traveling all over the Northeast to see Fish shows.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So that really was like, I was like, wow, this looks like a lot of fun. I think I remember having that sort of epiphany moment of I was seeing them, and they were having a good time, and everybody was having.
You saw Trey, and you were like, I can do that.
I was just like, this looks like so much fun. And so then I started kind of like wanting to play, and towards my senior year, I think I played a little bit of bass, and then I bought a guitar going into college and was like, I'm gonna learn how to do this, and I sort of focused pretty heavily on it. Mm-hmm. And I think immediately after the first gig I played, I was like, oh, you can do this? Like, you can do this for a living?
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything else. And so that was sort of my journey into it.
That's awesome. Do you have a favorite Fish show that you've seen?
Yeah. My sweet, wonderful parents were very kind to haul me all over the country. So we drove from Maine to Big Cypress, Florida to see their New Year's
you saw that one?
show. Damn. Yeah. And they just dropped me off and then picked me up 3 days later. And it was like the big... they played 5 sets, and the 5th set was 8 hours straight,
overnight
until the sun rose. And I just I'd seen enough of it at that point too, but that's probably my pinnacle for seeing them.
Yeah, the Big Cypress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of crazy things about that one.
Yeah, it's fun, Again, I think I know the band can be a bit polarizing for people, but it was sort of my entryway into lots of different styles of music.
Yeah.
I think I was...
Yeah, they play everything.
Yeah, and fun. When I was listening to them when I was like 10, and I didn't know that bluegrass existed.
Yeah.
So I heard them do their kind of version of it, and I was like, oh, I like this.
That's cool.
And then later discovered there was an actual genre, and was like, oh, I like this music.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard this. And there was like a lot of stuff like that
That's
kind of
really
like
cool.
opened my eyes up to different styles of music.
Yeah,
and
they
stuff.
definitely don't stick to one thing.
Yeah, right.
They're no AC/DC.
Correct.
Well, that's awesome. That's super fun. And so do you play with any projects or other projects around here?
I do. I play in a bunch of different stuff. I play in King Cardinal, Denver band. I think we've been up here a bunch. And then I play with a bunch of different singer-songwriters. I play with Brianna Strott, who's a wonderful singer-songwriter, and I've been playing with Hunter Stone, based out of Boulder, and a bunch of other different projects. And occasionally I kind of lead my own projects and write and stuff like that.
Cool.
So.
Well, that's super fun.
Yeah.
Well, very talented group of people in this room, so thanks for being with us today.
Sure.
Why don't we play a couple more songs? And it looks like coming up next is Baby Baby Girl. Yeah. Yeah. Anything you want to say about this song?
Well, I kind of wrote this with my sister in mind.
Nice.
Yeah. Baby girl, you're gonna be alright. Baby girl, you're gonna be alright. Baby girl, you may not think so. Baby girl, you're stronger than you'll ever know. I've got you when you're happy. I've got you when you're blue. And I'll be right here beside you, no matter what you do. Baby girl, I love you just
Baby, baby girl, you're the coolest there ever was. Baby, baby girl, you're right where you belong. Baby, baby girl, you I sang this song. I've got you when you're happy, I've got you when you're blue, and I'll be right here beside you no matter what you do. I've got you when you're happy, I've got you when you're blue, and I'll be right here beside you no matter what you do. Baby, baby girl, you're gonna be alright. Baby, baby girl, you're gonna be alright.
I did think of something else to say about that song.
Yeah, tell us about it.
It has sort of a Blue Bayou sort of thing going on, and we actually did get the guy who played on Blue Bayou, the Dan Dugmore,
Nice.
on the record.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, for Steel.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really cool. What do we got coming up next?
Don't you tell me what to do.
Awesome. I will not tell you to play the song.
She means don't ask her what's next.
All right.
You talk down to me, try to make me feel small. Small ass Mr. Know-it-all. Shame and blame is your middle name. Judging me all up in my face. Don't you tell me what to do. You don't know me. Don't you tell me what to do. Where do you get off? How dare you talk to me that way? I can't believe you think it's okay. Don't you tell me what to do. Did your mama drop you on your head? It's like you didn't even hear a word I said. You can have it your way. Go on, find your own beat. You do you and let me be me. Don't you tell me what to do. You don't know me. Don't you tell me what to do. Where do you get off? How dare you talk to me that way? I can't believe you think it's okay. Don't you tell me what to do.
Don't you tell me what to do. You don't know me. Don't you tell me what to do. Hey, you get around and you talk to me that way. I can't believe you think it's okay. Don't you tell me what to do. Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? Don't you tell me what to do now. Oh, no. You don't know me. Don't you tell me what to do.
Beautiful, wonderful. Jenny Shawhan, everybody, right here on KRFC's Live at Lunch, KRFC RadioVision. You can, of course, if you're listening on the radio, you can check out all these videos on KRFC RadioVision on YouTube. So it's a good thing to do. If you have a few minutes and want to watch these amazing musicians perform as opposed to just listening to them. Yeah, so you just came out with a new CD.
Yeah,
You Got the Magic
Yeah.
is the name of it.
you got the magic.
And you're still trickling it out, kind of,
Yes,
as we speak. Still working.
on the streaming. Yes.
Yeah, it's all still in the works. But you had a show August 6th that was with Taylor Shea, another local musician.
Yes.
And your first album was 2021, Don't Be Afraid, and both produced by John Macy.
That's
Correct?
correct.
And at Mighty Fine Studios in Denver, correct?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so we talked a little bit about the break that you took in between graduating with music business degree and actually playing as a musician. Did you write songs in between there? Was your first album like a culmination of all these songs that you had spent years on?
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of? Okay.
Some of them were like new, written during COVID,
Yeah.
and some of them I had written in years past. Yeah,
Okay.
I actually started writing kind of after college.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And just like a spare time kind of.
yeah.
Chilling.
Just kind of started doing some different co-writes, and
Okay.
then it took me a minute to write on my own too.
Yeah.
And yeah,
And did doing those, were you doing co-writes in Nashville?
yeah.
Okay.
A few. Yeah.
And did how do you feel? The I guess not the difference. What do you learn from your co-writes that you take into writing solo?
That's a great question. It's all such a different experience, you
Yeah.
know. And co-writing, they say, is kind of like dating.
Yeah.
It's like you think it's gonna be great, and then maybe it goes a different way,
Yeah.
or you know, sometimes stuff happens right away, and sometimes it takes longer.
Yeah, you got to find the right partner.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
everybody's gonna fit together. Was it hard for you? Did you co-write before you really wrote solo? Was it hard for you to? I guess where I'm going with this. Was it hard for you to kind of open up and just let the muse flow in your co-writes when you first started co-writing, or to open yourself up to a stranger and just throw everything against the wall, or were you feel guarded?
Maybe because most of the time it's like with somebody that I already feel like they're my friend.
Okay.
You know, I do remember that first co-write. We had some beer and wings, and
That'll help.
that helped, yeah. And I guess maybe I do tend to pick people that I feel like already comfortable with.
Okay.
But some, not
It's
always.
not a blind date
Yeah,
sort of situation.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think music bonds us together like quicker than almost anything else. Like,
Yeah.
so, I guess that part that part has felt pretty okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the new album, You Got the Magic. Were those all songs just written in between your last one? Between Don't Be Afraid in 2021 and now, or
Oh man.
were you
I'd
reaching
have to-
back? You know, you gotta
I'd
be like,
have
what
to
did I
look at
play
the
on that
list.
album?
I think maybe as you get done with the first one, you're in my brain. That's how it's been compartmentalized.
Yeah.
I think in the future, I'd like to just be more open, but in my head, it's like finish project 1 and
Yeah,
then
and
do project 2.
Were you like super inspired once you put out that first album to just like
We did kind of go right into
right
it. Yeah,
into the
we
second one?
maybe took a couple months off and then got back in the studio
Yeah.
in December and started it.
And was there a big difference in between the two? Because releasing Don't Be Afraid in 2021 was kind of like, I don't know, the endish of a lot of COVID restrictions and stuff, I feel like.
Yeah.
Were you in the studio with COVID restrictions and all that kind of stuff? Or
We did have
how was that
masks.
process different?
For the first record, we had masks.
You had masks on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, gig life was really slim
Yeah.
during that time, which allowed me to write the record.
Yeah.
But the second one was kind of right after that, so
Okay.
not so much with the
feel
second
like-
one.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you have any rituals or anything when you go into the studio? Do you like the lights dim? Do you like to have incense and candles, or is there anything that you like to do to get? You don't have to share it if you do some. There might be personal ones, but is there anything that you do when you're in the studio that you're like, this helps set the vibe for me?
That's a great idea. I like candles.
Yeah. What sense?
Oh, I don't know. I do like essential oils, like
Yeah.
lavender and stuff
Nice.
like that.
Yeah,
Kind of
that'll
calms me down.
Yeah.
But no, and some of this record was done with the band in the studio, and some of it was on my own, just in the basement. So
Cool.
But I did, like getting up and getting my body moving,
Mm-hmm.
like whether it's jumping jacks or stretching
Something.
or something. I feel like that helps my voice work better. And then
Yeah.
like drinking something warm, like tea or,
Yeah.
lemon
getting the
water
body
or
ready.
something. Yeah.
Do you have anything when you're writing? Do you kind of let the muse come to you? Do you wait for it, or are you like, every day I wake up at 6 a.m. and just write down whatever comes to my mind? Do you have any processes that work for you that other writers might find helpful?
I'd love to say that I get up at 6 a.m. every day and write a song. That is the goal. I think, maybe.
One day.
Maybe not at 6 a.m. ever,
No.
but yeah, I feel like I did make a vow or set an intention with my muse that when I show up that it meets me 50-50.
Yeah.
And some days are easier than others, but I do think showing up is, it's a muscle,
Yeah.
So
Practice.
so yeah, I heard Lucinda Williams talk about this in an interview once, and she said that she used to kind of beat herself up for not being that kind of writer that would just consistently, she'd writing ideas on napkins in all the places and then would come back and just pump it all out, like sit down and finish all these ideas at once. And she said her counselor, whoever, told her, oh, you write on a J curve, or so there's some kind of
Something.
thing that every writer is different.
Yeah.
And to maybe
It's like a big puzzle
embrace
of all
that,
these
not
things,
as an
and you just gotta
excuse to
smash them
be
together.
lazy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I think everybody works a little bit different.
Yeah, for sure.
And sometimes, like a lot of songs will just come when you're washing dishes or driving the car or in the shower or whatever. And then I'll record them. Or sometimes melody and lyrics come together separate or all the ways. And sometimes you'll be in a co-write and someone will have a cool riff. It happens all the ways. But I do think right now I have a ton of, ideas come in waves. And then when I sit down, I kind of let myself be guided as to which one needs
What
to.
it's going to be.
Yeah.
Have you had any musicians, maybe even local Colorado musicians or something, that somebody that's really inspired you recently to write a song? I know that sometimes when I'm walking listening to music, all of a sudden I'm like, I need to stop listening to this because it's so good and I need to write a song. Do you have anybody like that?
Well, our friend Taylor, I like her stuff a lot.
Taylor Shea?
Yeah.
She's awesome. She did a live at lunch as well.
Oh, did she?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
it's
cool.
really good.
Yeah. Who else? I get inspired every time I see shows.
Yeah.
And it reminds me that that's very important. You got to fill up your cup to, I do kind of think
let it
those
spill,
two
yeah.
things are important, like time in silence and then also, going out and seeing and hearing other people.
Experiences.
What I saw Lucinda open for Big Thief at Red Rocks a couple weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
And that was pretty
cool.
neat. One of my friends went to Berkeley with the lead singer of that band.
Yeah,
and
Big Thief's interesting.
it was interesting. Yeah, talk about genres all over the place.
Yeah,
but
everything. Just, I think
that
they
was
have
neat.
something new out that I haven't quite heard yet, but
Yeah,
they're a cool band.
Yeah.
For sure. And you did get some cool session players in on your albums, right?
yeah, we did. Pete Wasner, who joined us on the album release show, he's a keys player. He's been in Nashville for a long time. He played on the Essential Alison Krauss
Nice.
back in '92.
Yeah.
We did record When You Say Nothing at All on this record.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
And Chris Lusinger plays guitars on both records, and he's a musician Hall of Famer. He's in the Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
He's been playing with Garth Brooks for a long time, and
Just watching Garth Brooks perform,
Yeah.
man, that's like I've never seen him live, but just videos of him, I'm like, that is a show.
yeah,
They're good.
it's neat. It's
That's
cool.
really
They're really nice guys.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to have them.
That's awesome. Well, you've got a couple more songs for us. I believe this next song, or you can just let me re-ask that. You got a couple more songs for us? What is
Yes.
the name of this next song?
Hell no.
Hell no. All right. This is Jenny Shawhan on KRFC's Live at Lunch, KRFC RadioVision.
Till the windows roll down and you holler road son. You wanna take me for a spin in your brand new truck. Talk a common woman and you're so into me.
Jenny Shawhan on KRFC, live at lunch. Why don't you play another one for us?
Okay.
Loving you.
Yeah.
Took me a little time and a whole lot of looking up, counting my blessings on my fingers even when I felt stuck. I can tell you it was easy, that would be a lie. I had to weather these storms to get to the other side. I cracked a smile at Harry Potter. I watched the stars dance on the water. Sometimes I pray, I sing out loud. That's how I work my problems out. The air is fresh and the sky is blue. That's where I find myself loving you. Not saying that I'm perfect or that I got it all figured out. It's more about showing up even when the sun goes behind the clouds. Anytime you get cornered, the waves are rising strong. Just remember who's had it in there all along. I crave a smile, Harry Potter. I watch the stars dance on the water. Sometimes I pray, I sing out loud. That's how I work my problems out. The air is fresh and the sky is blue. That's where I find myself loving you. 'Cause I am who I am. I love what I love. And I know in the end I'm always taken care of. I am who I am. I love what I love. And I know in the end I'm always taken care of. I crack a smile at Harry Potter. I watch the stars dance on the water. Sometimes I pray, I sing out loud. That's how I work my problems out. The air is fresh and the sky is blue. It's where I find myself loving you. It's where I find myself loving you.
Awesome. That's Jenny Shawhan here on KRFC 88.9 FM. We've got about 10 more minutes left in the show, so we'll wrap up some chatting real quick so you can get 2 more songs in. Sound good? Question for Jonah. The gearheads are wanting to know, what's your tremolo?
Oh, the trem. Yeah, this is probably, I've spent way too much money on pedals over many, many years. This is probably one of my favorites that I've ever owned. I still feel that way years later. This is a Jam Pedals Harmonious Monk. It's a harmonic tremolo. So it has like modulation mixed into the actual waveform vibrato. And it just adds a little of that, like, you know, just that texture.
Yeah.
And I find myself having it on all the time. Because it's not
beautiful.
like super in your face, but it
Yeah.
adds something. So I
love
love this thing. I can't recommend it enough.
Yeah, tremolo is amazing. Awesome. All right, so once again, we'll go around the room. Jenny Shawhan, of course, on vocals and guitar. Brian McCrae on the drums. We have Jeff Fournier on the bass and Jonah Wisniewski on the guitar. They're all doing amazing things, of course, so it's something to check out in your spare time. You got a ton of live shows coming up. New Belgium,
on October 6th from 5 to 7, I think.
something like that. And then
that's in
that's
Fort
2023 for all you people in the future. And then Loveland at the Boot.
At the Boot, yeah, on
Awesome.
September 23rd. That's a Saturday night.
Great.
9
And
to
both of those are full
12:30.
band?
So, yes, band, yes.
Okay. And then you have some solo shows and stuff
Yeah,
you're doing.
solo stuff in Denver, and
Yeah.
everything's on my website at jennyshawhan.com.
Yep. That's SHAWHAN, Shawhan. And then what's the best place really besides the website, Facebook, Instagram, for people
Yeah,
to check you out?
Facebook and Instagram, it's all under Jenny Shawhan.
Yeah.
I have YouTube and Spotify and
Got a Patreon or anything?
no
No
Patreon
Patreon?
yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Well, one day. It's a good idea. It's coming. Awesome. Well, yeah, be sure to check out Jenny Shawhan on any of those places. I want to thank, while we're giving everybody a shout out, we have an amazing crew, as always, here on KRFC RadioVision. We have Eric Delano, who's in this room doing some camera work. Jeremy Smith is in the control room doing more videography. And then on the sound today, doing amazing things, Colton Boening, Greg Douras, and Dan Perez. Thank you guys for all the hard work that you do for us every week. We appreciate it. Jenny Shawhan and crew, why don't we kick it off, or I guess leave everybody with 2 more songs. It looks like this next song's called Like a Charm. All right, let's hear it.
Mommy sent another note today. Tell me that you always pray for me to have enough to pay my rent and to buy all the stuff I need to make sure that my heart still beats. But I really gotta tell you, I'm getting sick of it. 'Cause I've got a plan that has nothing to do with you. And good God Almighty, you're giving me the blues. I know it's second nature to worry. If you were sent here to make my life hard, well then it's working like a charm. Hey mama, like a charm. Yeah, it's working like a charm. Yes, I'm hungry and I'm alone, and I don't always pick up the phone. Nah, today I didn't go to church. Now what else do you wanna ask? But one of us has a heart attack. Well, dearest mother, will you ever learn that I've got a plan that has nothing to do with you? And good God Almighty, you're giving me the blues. I know it's second nature to worry. If you were sent here to make my life hard, well then it's working like a charm. Hey mama, like a charm. answers when we're sitting on the hill among the stars. But promise me, just like a sister, that you won't ever take a day off of your job. 'Cause I've got a plan that has nothing to do with you. And good God Almighty, you're giving me the blues. I know it's second nature to worry. If you were sent here to make my life hard, well then it's working like a charm. Hey mama, like a charm. It's working like a charm. Hey mama, it's working, yeah. You know it's working like a charm.
Jenny Shawhan, KRFC 88.9 FM, KRFC RadioVision live at lunch. Thanks everybody again for coming. We really appreciate you being here. Sounds beautiful. And why don't you leave us with one more song? What do we got coming up?
This is the title track of the new record called You Got the Magic. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Don't be giving up, your time is yet to come. Even when the darkness seems to drag on and on. So many haters, don't be listening to what they say. None of them know you like you do anyway. You got the magic. You got the magic. You got the magic. You got the magic. Need I remind you, child, the far you've come along. You put your time in, you're right where you belong. Any moment now, you'll catch your lucky break. So you give it all it takes, all it takes. You got the magic. You got the magic. You got the magic. You got the magic. Let your light on out, follow where it goes. Open up your heart, let the river flow.
Thank you for listening to Live at Lunch, and thank you to the Music District here in the heart of Fort Collins, Colorado. Live at Lunch is produced by KRFC 88.9 FM in the Ginger and Baker studio. If you'd like to appear on Live at Lunch, email our music director, David Vacek, at david@krfcfm.org.